Ever since my rookie year, I've been training with the same trainer here in Tampa, and it's done me wonders. And obviously, I've been trying to tag some people along with me just because I know how beneficial it really is. Now we gotta start over, right?
Yeah, start over.
What's not on camera is how hot it is. Football is a different sport because, you know, it's about getting your body resilient, and, you know, it has to handle adversity, and no matter where you are, or, you know, how good you are, or, you know, where you want to go, you have to put in that type of work to really get the most out of your body. This is like one of the best times of year because, you know, it's like I get half days, but at the same time, yeah, I get to go put my work in and, you know, quality work too, and then I get home and, you know, I get to be daddy for the rest of the day. And, you know, that's what I tell everyone I do. I train in the morning and then I'm daddy in the afternoon, and, you know, it's the best time of year.
Can you blow bubbles on her tummy? Every single day is a surprise. We wake up every day and we're like, we have 2 kids.
Yeah, right, yeah.
We're like, what is going on? Like, you know what I mean?
It's like, where did time go?
Where did it go? I look at our kids every day. I'm like, are they real?
Yeah.
How are they real?
How did this happen? How did they get here?
You have like pinch me moments all the time.
Whoa.
Beautiful tower.
It's a condominium.
What's your last name?
Yeah, that's better than you said that last year.
Yeah, that was so cute. Like, I'm just trying to capture all the moments because I know they're all fleeting.
Yeah.
Our kids' childhood's fleeting. You know, the NFL's fleeting. It's not a job that you can have until you're 60, you know? So just trying to consume all of this.
Yeah, take it all in. From day one, I've loved sports. We grew up in, you know, suburbia, Pennsylvania. I just remember first grade, kindergarten, just being obsessed with watching sports, watching football, you know, just kind of like consumed my childhood. Football was my passion and my love and what I really, you know, like to do. And I think going into high school, probably my sophomore year, I was a little different than the rest, you know what I mean? So that's really when that came into, you know, fruition. I started getting offers from schools and interest, and I just remember I think I got my first offer from Northwestern, and the coach told me, listen, like, we're offering you, but after this happens, there's gonna be a ton of other schools following suit. And that's exactly what happened, and I had to, you know, filter through all that information, and I ended up deciding on Florida. You know, I fell in love with it and knew that was home.
We met at school. We actually met on his recruiting visit to Florida. Which
Yeah,
is like,
but
so, how old are you?
we crossed paths.
Yeah, at the recruiting
It's
visit.
18.
Yeah, we crossed paths.
Yeah.
And then he came to school there, graduated high school early, and came to college there. And I played soccer at University of Florida, so the athletes there hang out with each other, or at least they did when we went there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we became fast friends, hung out all the time, and then started dating like very shortly after that.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Before we ever started dating or anything like that, we were like best friends. And obviously, you know, she's a very beautiful, pretty girl. And there was attraction there in that regard. But I think that was our foundation of our relationship, was we were best friends and we just loved each other in, you know, not a platonic way, but, you know, in a sense of friendship first. And that's the best part about our relationship, looking back on it, because we truly, genuinely like to be together all the time.
What do we say when we cross the road?
What do we say? Whoa, look at
Whoa, get that.
that. Nat Geo.
Cooper, do you see that?
Look at the armadillo, Cooper.
It's kind of cute. Look at Sammy. 20 minutes later.
Yeah, right.
What are you going to do, Sammy?
Get it, Sammy.
Oh, you better get on your tree.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
because it's about to storm.
Show him your favorite tree.
Okay, say to infinity.
Hey! You being crazy, huh? You're gonna be with him next year doing that.
Cooper, are you
she's
gonna...
about to crawl. She's like kicking on me to crawl.
We can catch that on the family video.
I know.
What does Daddy do?
What do I do?
Tackle people.
I tackle people?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Daddy tackles, but you're not allowed to tackle people, right?
Yeah, when I'm bigger, I can tackle people.
Uh-huh. Attaboy. Everyone that plays high school football wants to play in the NFL. And I remember I had written down on a piece of paper, like, I'm going to play in the NFL one day. And I think I was in high school, I wrote that. And, you know, so it was always on the forefront of my mind. But, you know, when you get to college, you're just so stuck on the day-to-day. You kind of like, oh, maybe one day, maybe one day. My junior year started becoming more relevant in my mind and, like, what I really was really thinking about. My first 2 years, I was really just focusing on, like, my college career and, like, you know, having a role, being a good player, and all that. But, you know, junior, senior year, I knew that, you know, I had a real opportunity to go to the NFL and play in the NFL.
Blitz on first down, got it.
Anzalone may be one of the best athletes that we have in our league. You talk to anyone around the Florida program, and they say he's not only going to be a star on this level, he's going to play on the next level as well.
With the 76th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Alex Anzalone, linebacker, Florida.
I got drafted to New Orleans in the 3rd round, and, you know, I was there 4 years, had a great 4 years.
Getting drafted and not knowing what that looked like, where he was going to go, you know, we were just dating at the time. Where does that take our relationship? Do I move with him? You know, and then I ended up moving with him to New Orleans.
We were married a year, and, you know, we just were ready to start a family and have a child, and we ended up trying, got pregnant, and fast forward to, you know, after a kind of a tough year in 2020, football-wise, it was, you know, a tougher year for me. But at the same time, I had that to look forward to, and that was honestly like the best distraction that I could have, because my priorities changed, and how I thought and how, you know, how my mindset was not more focused on that, but it took me away from everything else going on. We played the Bears in the wild card round, and the doctor was like, you know, right when the game's over, come to the hospital and we'll start the inducing process. And funny enough, it's like, you'd think that'd be such a distraction for me in the game. It was like the best game of my year. So yeah, he was born, you know, January 11th, Monday night. So I had an off day on Tuesday, and we had to get ready for the divisional round against Tom Brady and the Bucs. And, you know, talk about sacrifice. She was, you know, I had to go to practice on Wednesday. She had to have some nurse wheelchair out of her hospital room and have her parents pick her up in the parking lot because, you know, they couldn't come in with COVID going on. And, you know, I wasn't there for that. And that's one of the, you know, big sacrifices that, you know, she's done for me and in my life. Lindsay, you want a turkey wrap?
Turkey wrap, please. Can you put it in the grocery cart?
Yep. Cooper?
Thank you.
Thank you. 2. What is Daddy gonna get? I can do a turkey sandwich too.
Did you bring your wallet, Coop?
I did.
Carter, what do you want to eat?
I'll have milk for
You
the
want Mama's milk?
second meal of the day.
Yeah.
Every meal of the day.
It's crazy. Obviously, she sacrificed a lot. She's like the most selfless human being that, you know, I have in my life, as far as, you know, making sure that what I need to do in football and, you know, my career is not necessarily on the forefront and not like ignoring other issues or, you know, problems or whatnot, but at the same time making sure that's always steady and everything's good in that regard before she is. And, you know, that goes with being a stay-at-home mom. It's one of the hardest, you know, jobs in my opinion to do. It's nonstop, 24 hours on the clock. You know, she's sacrificing that for me to be a dad, and, you know, that's honestly probably the truest, like, sense of love that you can give to someone.
Goff, pass is picked, intercepted by Anzalone, and that is one heck of a catch. You see receivers not make catches like that. This guy is athletic. He's getting a shot.
I was blessed to cross paths with Dan and AG, and I just remember we lost to the Bucks in the divisional round. I know AG came up to me in the locker room and pretty much told me, hey, I'm gonna have a few coordinating opportunities, just, I'll let you know when that comes up. And obviously I saw Dan get the head job here. Having a relationship with him helped, but just knowing Dan and knowing AG, and knowing what they're about and what their vision and plan was, I just needed a fresh start, honestly, and just kind of new eyes on you, and something that I needed, and I had to truly evaluate how I wanted to be and what type of leader I want to be too. And OTAs, mini camp, training camp, which kind of developed me into that, and I ended up being voted captain, which it's kind of like from left field in my opinion. I didn't realize I had that effect on people to vote me for captain and develop me into the person I am today.
Let's go, man. Bring it up. Physical, fast, do your job. That's all it is. Let's go. There you go. Lines out 3. 1, 2, 3.
42, Jackson back, sets. Jackson slips out of a tackle, not the second one. Taken down. Alex Anzalone with the sack back at the 45.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go, AG. Let's go, man.
I trusted them with my career, honestly, and just that trust and that relationship we had definitely helped me realize that it's good to take a little time, but at the same time, they're going to do it the right way and do it quickly, too.
Let's go set the tone, man. Yeah. Set the tone. Let's go.
It is picked up by the Lions. Come back the other way, Alex Anzalone. Let's go!
Y'all got that ball?
Hey, get Alex his football if you got it.
Off the fake to Vaughn. He's got Vaughn in the flat. Dangerous pass as Anzalone got in there.
Fake to give the pressure comes. Anzalone got him. Play action fake, and as he turned to scan the field, 34 was all over him.
Let's go! Let's go! Hey, this doesn't get any better than this. This does not get any better than this right here. These opportunities are fleeting every day. Take advantage of that.
We've been through so much together, and being in Detroit on 2 one-year deals and not knowing
like back to back.
What that looked like.
Like how much emotion do you invest to a place or
like how
a team?
How many Lions shirts do I get? Because I don't even know if we're gonna be here next year.
Yeah.
Another thing that people don't see is how do you live? Do you hang a picture on the wall?
Yeah, right. Like how much should we make this feel homey?
Now having kids is even more important because we want it to feel like home for them, even though this is just a portion of our life. And now we're still there. It's really cool. And being able to raise our family there has been awesome.
It was hard because, we thought that, okay, we're going to plan this out. We're not going to have a baby in season, because we did that, and it was tough with Coop, even though it was the last week of the NFL season. We tried to time it up perfectly. She'll get pregnant end of July, and I just remember it was the night before we were supposed to come up and, fly with Cooper and get everything ready for training camp and report, and, she obviously started bleeding. That's when we kind of knew it was bad, and we didn't have an OBGYN here yet, so we kind of made some emergency calls, but we had an appointment with them, and they obviously confirmed the miscarriage, and it was really hard because I was reporting to training camp, and it kind of just goes into a whole nother, okay, here's Lindsay going through all this, and I'm about to be gone all day long. There's really nothing you can do to, help fix it or help, get that back and that loss back. And no matter how early it is or, in the pregnancy, or it still all feels the same. And, it's definitely a loss of life that we'll never get back. But, it's just something that, you continually to grieve, I guess, for the rest of your life. It's hard, but we definitely relied on each other and, tried to stay close and trusting God and his plan and, instead of, our own understanding, really. Obviously going through that whole thing, it's like, okay, should we even try to plan, having a baby now? Like, do we care if we have a baby in season? Are we trying to, play God too much? Are we, should we just let whatever happen? And, we had obviously given some time for Lindsay to recover, and we ended up waiting the appropriate amount of time and got pregnant pretty easily, thankfully. And it was a due date of November 30th. And said, okay, here we go. Let's try to get all hands on board. Let's try to get everything situated, all the help that we need and everything. And, funny enough, the week before she was due, I ended up dislocating my thumb and fracturing my thumb and having to get a screw placed. And I just remember them telling me I need surgery. I'm like, well, my wife's due date is next week, and I do not want to be put under anesthesia during this time or have surgery. So is there any way we could just cast this thumb and just move on with the season? And obviously the doctor said no, and I had to get surgery. So obviously that's hard for Lindsay. This time's supposed to be about her. Obviously it's during the football season, but you think this moment is finally going to be about her, and then that happens. It was just a ton of emotional stress, and you think that it's going to go smoothly and it's going to be this awesome birth plan, and it was a very hard and stressful situation. When we got to the hospital, just Lindsay and I was like, okay, this is just us, and we're going to enjoy this moment. In the hospital, it was so smooth, and so we were able just take it all in and not be overwhelmed, and truly understand, just because we've been through it before, how special this is. And having a girl is, I feel like, even though it's very similar, but having a baby girl is, as a dad is, I feel like a little different emotions than having a son. And you just fall in love all over again with another baby that you just want to, take care of for your whole life.
I have a baby girl, come here. I love you. I love you. Okay. Take it now.
And she puts herself to sleep. Thankfully. I tell Lindsay this a lot. Just in my career, I'm afraid of not, reaching my potential. That's one of my biggest things I'm afraid of in my career. It's that would be one of the biggest regrets of my life. And I know football isn't everything, but it would be a big regret in my life of not reaching my potential as a player.
Alex Anzalone! They go on the end around to Lazard. They didn't get it. Yes. Blown up by Alex Anzalone. Garoppolo gonna get hit.
Yes, sir.
Sacked again. Alex Anzalone got him.
And he's playing his best football. He's really done a nice job for this defense.
For me personally, I'm finally becoming the player that I always thought I could be, and probably what Dan and AG have seen in me since I was a young pup, a rookie. But yeah, it's cool to be embraced by the city and by the fans. I just remember after that Monday night game getting interviewed by an NFL Network reporter, and they're like, "Oh, you know those people with the blonde wigs?" And I'm like, I have no clue who they are, but I love them. I say this to the media all the time. It's cool that you can leave a legacy here, and there are not many places in the NFL that you can do that. And to be able to do what we did this past year and be a part of history, and be a part of a team that did something really special. And from where we started to quick 2 years later, we were able to accomplish something that hasn't been done here in a very, very long time.
You want to talk about determination. You want to talk about resiliency. This team is all of those things. They earn the #1 seed in the NFC. They earn a first-round bye. Add it all up, and it's official. If you reside in the NFC, the road to Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans goes through the Motor City. You want it, you got to come and get it against Dan Campbell's Lions.
Welcome back, Alex Anzalone.
Hey, every time you get this is a team award, but defense, I'm proud of you today, man. I'm proud of the defense today. Let's pick up. Appreciate you. Love you. As you start to age and mature and have children and, see family members get older, it's you honestly just want to live a healthy life and a long life and be with your kids as long as you can. And I feel like that's, as a man and a dad and a husband, that's really what I hope for.
Okay.
Go show them how you swim. That was a good cannonball.
I'm in the pool.
Yeah, they see that. One, I feel like they see two strong individuals. Like, they know that their mom is strong and they know that their dad is strong. And I feel like that's really important to see in all the things that we've been through and all the adversities and different moments that we kind of had to, work our way through. And I hope they just see that no matter what, their mom and dad have, always loved each other and always will love each other. They just know that they always have a home to rely on and love on them. I am Alex Anzalone.